We are delighted to welcome Senator Shelley Moore Capito on board the AEM Manufacturing Express right here in the nation's capital. Senator, thank you so much for everything you do and thank you for
Sure.
being on board with equipment manufacturing.
Happy to be here. Like your vehicle and understand you just came from West Virginia.
We sure did. Yeah,
Yeah.
we were just in Princeton, West Virginia, visiting Conwell Industries.
hmm
You've been there many times before.
I have.
Great manufacturer.
Mhm.
And maybe we start off by talking a little bit about the importance of manufacturing to West Virginia. Talk to us about why that industry is critical to your home state.
Well, equipment manufacturing and manufacturing in general in West Virginia is sort of our where we are at our birthplace at West Virginia. We've always been an industrial. We've always been a giver to the nation, and that's been in the manufacturing sector. Today, manufacturing employs thousands of workers in West Virginia, providing millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars of economic benefit to the regions. And it also provides an opportunity for our West Virginians and for people who live in more rural areas to really work in a place that's close to where they really want to live and raise their family and have their kids go to school and hunt and fish and all the things that we love to do in West Virginia.
Well, and it's picking up on what you talked about, these great family-sustaining jobs,
Right.
The communities that are there because of manufacturing. Policies matter too.
They do.
And in fact, you are the recipient of the AEM Champion of the Industry Award for 2024. So thank you
Thank you.
for the work that you do. Talk to us a little bit about some of the policies that you're working on or where you see that there's room for improvement to strengthen our industry.
Well, even, for manufacturing to grow, equipment manufacturers to grow, you need capital. You need to be able to do expansions. You need to be able to have competitive wages and benefits. You need to be able to have the latest technology. All of that costs money. And so I think that I've been very active in the tax discussion in terms of the interest deduction so that you can buy more equipment. You can have more of your money back to do your capital reinvestment. That is really, really critical. Part of the other things that we've worked on is to bring manufacturing back into this country. We let too much of it go away. We sort of outsourced it to cheaper labor, and we wake up and realize we've outsourced a lot of our manufacturing to countries that are not really have our best interests in heart. And so that's why I think the heartland is the place to go to really create these jobs.
Well, and there's so many great communities in West Virginia that support not only our industry but manufacturing as a whole. What do you think is the key to West Virginia's success in attracting equipment manufacturers in our case, but also you talked about the state being a giver,
Right.
attracting businesses.
Well, I think part of what we have is a willing workforce, and we do have the workforce shortages that everybody has, except we do have, I would say, lifers, people that if you provide a good job, provide an atmosphere that people want to work in and feel like they're accomplishing something, we're going to stay. We're going to stay with you. We're very loyal people. They call it loyal mountaineers, and we are loyal mountaineers. And so I think that's part of it. I think also the technical skills that a lot of our manufacturers need have been sort of generationally developed because of our energy assets. We've got a lot of welders, electricians, and other things that are absolutely critical for manufacturing. And we've also worked, I think, really well with our community and technical schools and our career and vocational schools to be able to get that pipeline of younger worker into the mix. And that's a real challenge across the country. It's a challenge for us in West Virginia, but I think a smaller state like ours shows an agility to be able to, and flexibility to be able to make those changes, to be able to prepare that workforce.
Well, and that's obviously critical to our long-term success.
Right.
We as an industry could create 85,000 jobs today if we had enough workers.
Yeah.
Sounds like maybe we need to push a few of our members to set up shop in West Virginia.
Well, I think we need to work with our educational institutions. We also need to educate, even before that, elementary, middle school students, that manufacturing is not, driving a nail into a board or, using a saw. It's so much highly technologically developed that it's very exciting.
Yeah, and you can have a great career, raise a family,
Yeah.
save for retirement, and have a little bit of fun along the way.
Right. Sounds good.
So, well, we are on a great American road trip, traveling. You mentioned West Virginia. We just came from West Virginia. We've been on the road since July 1st, 10,000 miles, 22 states. So I thought we would just end with a few road trip themed questions.
Okay.
Favorite road trip memory?
We used to take our children, and we still do this, but now it's grandchildren, to the beach every summer for a week. We would get up really early. We have 3 children. Get up really early in the morning, and so that they'd still be sleepy and maybe go back to sleep. Our first stop was the donut store. So everybody had their favorite donut that they would have. They'd eat a couple donuts and go back to sleep. So those are my favorite memories. We also, back in the day, before you had iPads and everything where you could stream and watch your own thing, we used to put a TV in there and put a VHS tape in there. And if I've seen or heard Pet Detective once, I've heard it 100 times. And the other one is Father of the Bride and Hoosiers. We always knew the Hoosiers were who was going to win, but and those were my favorite memories too, because you didn't have headsets back then,
Right.
so the sound was blaring all through the TV. So that was fun with the kids.
Oh, it sounds like a great road trip, but it sounds like the donuts were maybe the favorite road trip snack.
Yeah, the donuts. Now that it's just that my husband and I, we eat, cheese crackers, the old, the ones you get in the 6-pack. Can't beat those. I'm drinking my Coke Zero, and also peanuts and popcorn. Nothing big, nothing exotic,
But tasty.
but tasty.
Sounds like we need to team up with you on our next road trip. Final question, Senator. Favorite road trip song?
Oh, it's got to be Almost Heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River. We love that song. John Denver came and sang it in the stadium in Morgantown, and it just lit the life on fire. And you can hear that song all around the world. So we Mountaineers love that song.
So say I'm getting goosebumps here.
Yeah.
You are now officially the first and only senator to have sung on the bus. So that is as good of a place to end as any senator. Thank you so much for everything you do for our industry.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it.
I was happy. Thank you for the award, and I look forward to working together.
Likewise. Thank you.
Thanks.